we've gotten a request to do more content relating to RICO and conspiracy. Here we go. Why do federal prosecutors or state prosecutors charge a RICO or charge a conspiracy? Really, two reasons. One, if you're going to trial on a RICO, if you're going to trial on a conspiracy, the feds are able to introduce evidence that they otherwise would not be able to introduce to show the existence of a RICO, the existence of a racketeering enterprise, and also the existence of the conspiracy. So when you think about evidence that typically gets introduced at trial, it has to be related to the crimes that are charged. But with a RICO or with a conspiracy, the feds could actually put in more evidence that is very unfavorable to the client, but very favorable to the prosecutor. So sometimes they do charge a RICO and a conspiracy, not necessarily because that they get anything for it, except the power to put in way more evidence than they otherwise would be able to show the jury. And that is incredibly powerful for them to do, and that is an incredible power for them to have. The second reason why prosecutors charge a conspiracy or a RICO is that you do not need to be the one to actually do the criminal action. You just need to be part of the racketeering enterprise, or you need to be part of the conspiracy. So if you and I are in an agreement, but you go out and you do the criminal act, or at least two criminal acts for a RICO, I do not need to be the doer. I just need to be in an agreement with you. So if we're talking about, well, who can be charged for this, it could be the person in the agreement and not the person actually doing the overt act or the predicate act. So the federal prosecutors and the state prosecutors could expand the number of people that are involved in the case simply by charging a RICO or a conspiracy, and you do not need to be the one actually taking the criminal action. So they could loop you into the case even if it's somebody else in the agreement or in the RICO enterprise that's actually doing the overt act or the predicate act or the criminal activity. So these are the two benefits of charging a RICO and charging a conspiracy. And even if the prosecutor loses the charge for a RICO or a conspiracy, they could still use this as a vehicle to get additional evidence in, and they could also use this as a way to charge more people in the case.